The Belmont Braves, as the #1 seed, are the home team, so Almond Bancroft will hit first. Here's the Eagles batting order with Maya Dernbach, Alaya Newby, Raya Sabalos, Oakley Amernick, Lacey Bradley, Kirsten Clark, Tia Dernbach, Sophia Chapa, and Lexi Carlton. Yesterday, Sabalos and Clark both had 5 runs batted in that 18-3 win over Thorpe.
And there's the table setter, Maya Dernbach, the junior, was on base all 4 times, scored 4 runs. She's your prototypical leadoff hitter. Had a walk to go along with her 4 hits. She's a pesky little one at the plate, and Carsyn Ramaker will find that out.
Ramaker came in to relieve yesterday, and you see she's had a pretty good season in the circle for Belmont.
10-1, as you see. ERA under 2.
Both teams wearing pinstripe uniforms today. Belmont in the black and orange, and Almond Bancroft in the white with the green trim. Here we go. Dernbach stepping in against Carsyn Ramaker in our Division 5 championship from Goodman Diamond in Madison is underway. Now Dernbach tried to walk up on it and slap it and missed it for strike 1.
Ramaker wanted 3 juniors on this team, 3 seniors as well for Belmont.
That time she slaps it to center, but that's going to be a routine catch for Morgan Freeman, and Dernbach retired for the first out. Here's a look at the Belmont defense.
You saw Morgan Freeman, not that Morgan Freeman, but Morgan Freeman, the center fielder. She's flanked by Reuter and Burbach. Then around the infield, it's Rickers, McNett, Heitzinger, and Hodgson. A little different alignment than we saw in the semifinal game. And Alexi Rickers is behind the plate.
Well, Jeff Hodgson, the head coach for Belmont, is out talking to the umpires, and they're suggesting it was an illegal pitch, and Hodgson says, no, it should be the first out. Jeff Hodgson in his 30th season as Belmont's head coach. Only Bob Tomlinson, Roger Schleve, and Tom Droner have more wins. 558 now for Jeff Hodgson in his 30th season.
I don't think he won that argument. It's his body language screams. And now we'll go out and try to explain to his pitcher what the umpires saw.
Let's see if anything's out of order here. Well, her foot was right on the edge of the circle. Talked to Jeff Hodgson before the game. He said, yeah, I've been coaching for 30 years, but I'm only 45 years old. You started when you were 15? No, I'm kidding. He's a fun guy.
So the illegal pitch was called. Dernbach will be back in the play with a 1-1 count.
Well, let's see how this at-bat develops now.
He gets her another swing, and again, she didn't record an out yesterday in the semifinals on Thursday.
2-1 the count now to Dernbach. And a swinging strike, 2-2. Dernbach, unanimous first team all-conference, second team all-state last year. Heck of a basketball player, too. Over 1,000 points in her career. Lifted in the air, foul territory. Who's going to get it? That's a catch by Jalen Leitzinger, who came over from her second base position for the first out. So Dernbach finally retired.
No, Leitzinger cheated in looking for a bunt, and she was closer to that foul ball than the first baseman, and effortlessly made the catch.
Here's Newby, the shortstop. Swung through that one.
Newby was 2 for 2 yesterday, scored 3 runs, drove in 2. Actually, the semifinals were Thursday in Division 5. You can see what Newby's done on the year.
Rickers tried to frame that pitch, but couldn't. 1-1 the count. Kind of a cool morning, 59 degrees, winds light out of the east at 6. What wind there is blowing in from right center field. This one's pulled foul left field side by Newby.
And the lights are on here at Goodman Diamond.
They are. Expecting some sunshine later today, an anticipated high temperature of 78 degrees. So rained a lot up north. I know if you're like north of Stevens Point, you've seen a lot of rain. There's a line drive, base hit to left. Let's see if Newby's going to round. She will, and then decides to get back to first as the ball gets away for just a moment. But that's a clean single for Aliyah Newby.
A lot of challenge Ritter's arm, apparently. She pulls this one down the line. Stays fair. Good job by Ritter to go over there and cut the ball off. Instead of challenging the arm, she holds it first for the first hit of the game.
Here's Raya Sabalos, another first-team all-conference player for Almond Bancroft. Good change there by Ramaker, strike one.
Raya had a big day on Thursday. Went 3 for 3 at the plate, scored 4 runs as he chased it earlier, drove in 5. In the circles, she allowed 7 hits, picked up the win in 4 innings of work.
Well, so many of these players have such great statistics over a year. Sabalos, 449 her batting average. And a good eye there, 2-1.
Almond Bancroft hits .397 collectively as a team. They get 4 hitters with an average of .430 or better.
Hot shot to third. Rickers picks, will throw to first to retire Sabalos, and Newby will advance to second on the fielder's choice.
Good play by the third baseman. That ball was smoked.
Well, short hopped it.
Yeah. Here it is again. It's a tough hop. Rickers stayed with it and threw out Sabalos. Runner in scoring position.
For Oakley Amernick, the first baseman. Amernick's second team all-conference in 2025. Almond Bancroft was second place in the Central Wisconsin South Conference. 10-2 record behind Pacelli. We'll see the Cardinals a little later today in the Division IV final.
Amernick 1 for 3 in the semifinals, scored a couple runs.
Chop foul.
And when your initials are OO, you wear OO on your back.
Those brilliant white uniforms with the green pinstripes. Good looking outfits. Here's the 1-2. Just missed. Half the Belmont team was walking toward the dugout.
Ramaker was one of them.
2-2 the count now.
Randy Keene behind the plate.
Oh, and took something off it. They'll have to throw down to first, and that will get Amernick, and that will get Belmont out of the first. All right, now a message from your local station. This is your WIA network station. Almond Bancroft gets a hit but does not score in the top of the first, and now the Belmont Braves come up for the first time in the Division V championship. Here's their batting order. Madison McNutt is their table setter, and they pounded out 11 runs on 11 hits in the semis against Ithaca the other day.
It's a team, the Braves have a .355 average. They've hit 14 home runs. Got 7 hitters in their lineup with .309 or better average.
First pitch from Raya Sabalos is in there for strike one. Her numbers on the year.
4 innings the other day, allowed 7 hits and 3 runs. Had a strikeout in the 4 innings of work in an 18-3 win over Thorpe that only lasted the 4 innings.
That looks at a strike there. She's a 2-time all-conference infielder. I will mention all-state last year. Addie McNutt's mom was the leadoff hitter and played outfield on the 2002 state championship team. A lot of family ties in this Belmont softball program. First of 5 state championships today from Goodman Diamond. That one just missed. Actually in the dirt. Stopped by Sophia Chapa.
McNutt 2 for 3, scored 3 runs against Ithaca in the 11-0 semifinal victory.
Little high. Ball 3. Full count. Here comes the payoff pitch from Sabalos. Foul. Our home plate umpire is Randy Kane from Columbus. Larry Buckberger from Wausau is our first base umpire. And Jim Langcap from Baraboo is at third.
Clark Hodgson had a word or two with Langcamp, third base umpire between innings, about that illegal pitch that was called in the top of this inning on Carsyn Ramaker.
Another 3-2. Another foul. Casey Rickers is up next, and then Carsyn Ramaker at the top of that Belmont order. We'll try it again. McNett hits it hard to left, and that's over the head of Carlton. McNett around first. She'll pull into second with a stand-up double. Good start to the first for Belmont.
And McNett put a good swing in that ball. It fooled Carlton, who breaks in initially. And then the ball goes soaring overhead. This ball was stroked. Goes all the way to the wall. It's an easy stand-up double for McNett, who fires up her team with the first hit of the morning for Belmont.
Now they call it barreling up, right?
Absolutely.
Here's Casey Rickers, the third baseman. RBI opportunity. Nobody out. The bunt. Good one. That'll be played by Tia Dernbach. She throws out Rickers. Sacrifice successful. Runner at third. One out.
Carsyn playing a little small ball to try to get the early lead for the Braves. Nicely executed bunt by Rickers. So runner at third with the one out for the meat of the lineup.
We were thinking this could be like an 11-10 deal, but no, they're playing for a run early. We'll see how it develops. Carsyn Ramaker, the pitcher, now up. Strike. A look at the Almond Bancroft defense. Carlton, Dernbach, Clark, left to right. Dernbach, Newby, Carlton, Amernick, third to first. Chopper, the catcher. Ceballos, the pitcher. Swing and a miss. Ramaker. Quickly 0-2.
Ramaker 1 for 2 against Ithaca. Scored a couple runs. The .432 hitter in the year.
Outside, good look there by Ramaker.
Tied for second in RBIs in the team with 19.
Belmont, the co-champions of the Six Rivers Conference with Barneveld this year. Here comes the 1-2. And Ramaker held up, didn't go after the high, hard one. 2-2.
Trying to entice her with the rise ball. Ramaker showing good plate discipline.
This can be very tempting to hit.
Infield is back.
Ball three, another full count.
Eagles concede the run, so it's Ramaker's job to put the ball in play here and get the early lead for her team.
19 runs batted in on the year so far for Carsyn Ramaker. Trying to help herself out. Foul. Some good early battles. Full counts, then the Belmont batters have fouled off a couple pitches. Some encouragement from the Almond Bancroft bench, hoping Ceballos can get out of this early pickle. 3-2. Foul again.
He got around on that delivery to be sure. A lot of room in foul territory at this college diamond, which benefits the pitchers. 200 down each line here at Goodman Diamond, the home of the Wisconsin Badgers. 210 to the powerhouse. 218, excuse me.
We'll try it again. Ball four. Ramaker walks. First and third with one out. Here is Morgan Freeman, the center fielder.
Runners on the corners. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ramaker try to steal second. They've stolen 61 bases in 67 attempts this year.
And there goes Ramaker to second without a throw.
And they take the force out of consideration here. And again, the infield will stay back up the middle. Corner infielders creeping in with Freeman, the cleanup hitter.
Freeman tries the bunt, fouls it off. She had a couple of RBIs in that semifinal win against Ithaca the other day.
They gave her a team high 24 on the year.
There's Jeff Hodgson, agriculture teacher at Belmont. Go high. 1-2. Morgan Freeman, all conference in softball, volleyball, and basketball. She's the Six Rivers MVP in basketball. Fouls it back.
She got 12 varsity letters in her career.
Her dad, James, is one of the assistant coaches at Belmont. And yes, her name is Morgan Freeman. Hot shot, base hit. One run is in. Here comes the second. No, now they're going to hold her up at third. Strong throw from Maya Dernbach from the outfield. RBI single from Freeman makes it 1-0 Belmont.
Races this one up the middle past the pitcher and into center field. Maya Dernbach charges and makes a great throw to the plate. Coach Hodgson was waving the runner, as you can see, at the windmill going, but then he threw up the stop sign when he saw the strength of Dernbach's throw. So runners at second and third give Freeman another RBI, and Belmont has the early lead.
And here's the catcher, Lexi Rickers, for Belmont. He goes after the first pitch and swings through it for strike one.
Technically, I think that's a single, and she went to second on the throw.
Yep.
Give her an RBI, and again, give the Braves a first inning lead.
Bunt. That's going to get a run home. They throw Rickers out at first, but Ramaker scores to make it 2-0 Braves.
And she executed squeeze. You can see this team very strong in the fundamentals. They get McNett on, get her over, and then get her in, and the hit by Freeman. Rickers squeeze bunt brings in Ramaker, and it's 2-0.
You saw Jeff Hodgson point at Rickers and say, nice job, and that's exactly right, because that was, as Grove said, well executed. 2-0 Belmont. Kelly Hodgson playing first base today. Went after the first one. Couldn't check her swing, strike one.
Always better to play with the lead, particularly when you're going against a team that hasn't been here since 1984.
Kelly Hodgson is the pitcher of the year in the Six Rivers Conference the last 2 years. This is a hard shot to third. Bounds off the third baseman. Everybody's going to be safe. Freeman scores the third run for Belmont.
It's ruled in error. So no RBI, but Belmont will take the run. They'll bring in the courtesy runner for Hodgson.
That's going to be number 17, Piper Whitenhiller.
Coach Johnson's a little fired up.
He's an enthusiastic fellow, isn't he?
Very demonstrative.
Remember, he'd been head coach for 30 years, and he's still that excited about things, so good for him. Here's Claire Rundy, the Belmont designated hitter. Officially an error on the third baseman, as Grove mentioned. First error of our game. Belmont has 3 in the first. It's Belmont, the #1 seed. They were ranked #1 in the final coaches poll in Division 4. And they're showing us why here early. Fouled off. You know, Belmont was the first state capital in the Wisconsin Territory.
I'll help you at trivia night.
Yeah. Belmont, yeah, that's the answer. It's in Lafayette County in southwestern Wisconsin. Foul. You used to drive through Belmont when you went from Madison to Platteville, but now they built the bypass.
Yeah.
So, 18 on 51.
I like the bypass for the run.
It helps get into Dubuque, I'll tell you that. Oh, and to the count to Rundy. Foul. This is Belmont's 8th trip to the state softball tournament. They won the Division 5 title in 2019. They won Division 4 in 2002.
Coach Hodgson, a part of those clubs, correct?
Correct. Yeah, you've been there 30 years, pretty much. Anything in the record book you've had a hand in. Now you go toward Barneveld, that spelling is pronounced Hodson. But Jeff Hodgson is spelled the same way. He says, yeah, we're related to those folks somehow. I'm not sure. It eventually ends up in the same spot. Of course, Callie is the daughter of Jeff Hodgson. This one's pulled foul. I don't know what the record is for foul balls in the inning. I think we might be getting close.
Miriam battled Savalas the whole inning. Oh, you think he's intense?
Part of the reason why they're so good.
Yep.
Another 1-2 coming to Rundy. That one bounced about 10 feet in front of home plate. Ball 2. White and Hill are the runner at first. Guess what? Foul ball.
Rundy 1 for 2 yesterday or Thursday in the semifinal. Scored a run.
Rundy's playing with a torn labrum. She's going to have surgery next week. Pop this one up. Sophia Chapa makes a nice spinning catch, and that retires Belmont. But it's a big inning for Belmont. They score 3. Through 1, Division 5 championship, it's 3-0. Now a message from your local station. Then fishing on Lake Mendota would probably be second.
Yeah, nice morning.
Nice morning. Calm. Cloudy. Hope they're having success. Almond Bancroft, second inning. Lacey Bradley to the plate. Belmont got 3 runs on 2 hits. There was a Almond Bancroft error. 3-0 as we play in the top of the second. Looks at a strike.
And remember, Almond Bancroft banged out 15 hits and scoring 18-3 win in the semifinals, so they can swing it. Long way to go.
Off the fist, going to be a tough play for Rickers, but she makes a nice running catch in foul territory.
A nice play by the catcher, showing her mobility. Identified where this ball was right away, and then gets over and fills out her battery man with a very nice defensive play.
Well, that was the key, locating early. She got that mask off quickly and knew exactly where that ball was going. 1 out here in the second. Kirsten Clark.
Kirsten, one of 3 left-handed hitters in this lineup. Had a big day in the semifinals. Drove in 5. Went 2 for 2.
One and one the count to Clark.
Came into the tournament hitting .469.
Punched foul. She's an honorable mention all-conference player, Kirsten Clark.
Driving 28 runs in the early honorable mention. It's after Alfred.
Almond Bancroft in central Wisconsin, just east of Stevens Point. And Brooke, your first trivia question of the day, is the school located in Almond or Bancroft?
Well, I got to see the Eagles in action the other day.
Oh, you know it.
I'm very well backrouted. I know it's in Almond.
You've been there, huh?
I have not been to Almond.
You just know. Okay. Potato country. Golden Sands area up there, central Wisconsin. Here's the 1-2. Change up high. This one's a little roller to third. Rickers picks and throws and got a nice play. Time now to look at the Rural Mutual Road to State. There's Almond Bancroft. Boy, they rolled through the tournament so far. Shutout, 15-run win.
So they showed they can beat you pitching and defense or outslug you. They've won 8 in a row for playing their best ball at the right time of year.
This is the number 7 hitter in the Almond Bancroft lineup, Tia Dernbach, third baseman. That is a bouncer to short, picked by McNett, throws and got her. Boy, the defense early, spectacular for Belmont. Now a word from our Okay, a shutdown inning for Belmont. The Braves lead Almond Bancroft 3-0. Time now to look at the Rural Mutual Road to State for the Belmont Braves.
Yeah, they've scored 27 runs in the last 3 games, so they can swing it. And they're playing their best ball the right time of the year. They won 6 in a row to get here, and they have a 3-0 lead as they swing the sticks in the bottom of the second.
That was our Rural Mutual Road to State. Premiums paid here, stayed here.
Belmont, #1 ranked team in the state in the coaches poll. The Eagles of Almond Bancroft 3rd ranked.
Here's Emily Reuter. First look at her at the plate today. Reuter, the left fielder, the #8 hitter in the Belmont lineup. One and one the count.
A lot of girls, particularly in these smaller schools, play a lot of sports. She was a starter on the 2025 regional championship volleyball team.
How small are these schools? Well, the enrollment at Almond Bancroft is 108. At Belmont, it's 110. So not a large pool of candidates for
Almond
competition.
Eagles have 1 player on their bench. Belmont has 4 non-starters on their bench.
What's that, Almond Bancroft, like 1?
Yeah.
That means they got 10, huh?
Well, 11 if you count the VP.
Yeah. Those 11 are pretty good, though. They're playing for the state title. 3-2 pitch. Lifted in the air to left. Carlton, near the line, has it for out #1. Here's second baseman Jalen Leitzinger. First time through the order will complete here for Belmont. So Lexi Carlton make that catch, the left-handed left fielder. We had a left-handed catcher for Hamilton the other day. That was pretty rare.
That you don't see very often.
Chop foul, and no, Jeff Hodgson tried to short hop it. Couldn't get it.
I'm going to say, Coach, you got to make that.
Boy, he is going to get grief from the fans.
Yeah, he already is. The bench is giving it to him.
Well, let's look at it again.
I think it's a tougher chance than we
Oh, I agree.
He didn't get in front of the ball for one thing.
Now, if one of his players did that, didn't get in front of it, oh, man. Dorn, get in front of it. 1 strike. Inside.
That's got a pretty good hitter to be hitting in the 9-hole. Get 24 RBIs, 4 home runs.
Leitzinger, a 3-sport athlete. Plays summer ball for UW Platteville head coach Becca Rundy. Lifts this one in the air. I think it's going to be out of play. Yep, just over the netting. 1-2 to Leitzinger. Top of the order with Addison McNett next.
Turnout by Belmont here on this cool morning.
There's a couple blankets in the crowd here.
They would have been wearing orange sweatshirts.
Okay, home plate umpire says the count's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now everybody's on the same page. And we're ready to go to Leitzinger from Sabalos. Hit in the air to center. Maya Dernbach has it gauged and makes the catch for the second out. Well, left-handed left fielder, left-handed center fielder for Almond Bancroft. 2 down.
Dernbach showed in the first inning she can throw.
Yeah.
And at least did in the first inning.
Here's Addison McNett, the leadoff hitter. And all she did was hit a double and score a run in the first. That's what you want out of your leadoff spot. That one floats in for a strike from Sabalos.
McNett wasn't expecting that. Addison 3 for 4 in the tournament thus far. Has scored 4 runs.
Wow, what a catch. Right back to Sabalos in the circle. She stuck her mid out. And grabbed it. Here's another look at a hot shot for the out. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. A couple of young fans from Belmont. I'm guessing they're saying, hey, the concession stand's open. What do you say, Mom and Dad? Can I have $5?
Yeah, they might have been excited when they jumped out to a 3-1 lead in the first inning. Now it's what's at the concession stand.
There's the Almond Bancroft fans hoping their Eagles can get some offense going here against Carsyn Ramaker, the pitcher for Belmont.
Ramaker's retired the last 5 in a row after the Eagles got their lone hit.
Sophia Chapa leads off. She's the Almond Bancroft catcher. Lexi Carlton, the left fielder, next, and then top of the order with Maya Dernbach. Chop is another three-sport athlete, her primary focus on softball. Growing up, she was usually the youngest player on her travel ball team, which she says made her work even harder. 1-1. The third, and caught out of the air by Rickers, one down.
Well, Belmont has played some defense here in the early going. It's a nice play by Rickers. It's going to be a foul ball, but nonetheless,
they'll take the out. Here's Lexi Carlton, the left fielder. Number 9 hitter in the Almond Bancroft order.
Probably the only one who didn't collect a hit against Thorpe in an 18-3 semifinal victory.
We mentioned Almond Bancroft the last time they were here, 1984. That's when they were just Almond. 82 and 84, their 2 previous appearances as state softball. There's a bunt. Ramaker off the circle, nicely done. 2 down.
Well, trying to make something happen. They need base runners, and again, another nice defensive play.
Yeah, didn't rush it.
No.
Means she had time.
Kept her poised. Ramaker was playing shortstop in the semifinal, so pretty good athlete. Showed it there. 2 quick outs here in the third.
Maya Dernbach now steps in. We're in the top of the third of the Division 5 state championship game. Belmont scored 3 in the bottom of the first, and that's where we are. Dernbach's put some big seasons together in softball for Almond Bancroft. She shows the bunt, pulls it back, take a strike, 2-1. 440 with 14 stolen bases last year. This year, 505 her average with 22 stolen bases.
And he was caught once.
And now 3-1 the count.
He's your classic pesky leadoff hitter. Stop the ball the other way.
Let's see, a leadoff hitter that ignites the offense wearing number 4. Remind you of anyone? Chop to first. Callie Hodgson will grab it. Step on the bag to retire Dernbach. Nothing doing for Almond Bancroft in the top of the third. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. We're at Goodman Diamond in Madison. We're in the Division 5 state championship game. There you see some of the signage around the sales booths. Boy, parking was a whole lot better today when we got to Saturday, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'm not unhappy that nurses get the weekend off at UW Hospital. And the doctors as well. And the staff, support staff.
3 runs for Belmont in the first, still holding up. Here's Casey Rickers to lead off in the Belmont third. She had a sacrifice bunt that eventually led to next scoring the first Belmont run.
Usually we talk about sluggers, but so far in the early going in this D5 title game, it's all been about execution, small ball, and wonderful defense.
Well, there's only 3 seniors on this Belmont team.
Yeah.
3 juniors, 7 sophomores, and a freshman.
Coach, pretty happy about that.
1-2 the count to the leadoff hitter in the third, Casey Rickers.
Casey going to play in the coaches all-star game in Boston or Wisconsin Dells on Tuesday.
That one hit her.
See where it hit her. Kind of grazed her, didn't it?
Right on the inside arm there. Yeah.
So she takes one for the team and is aboard to start the third.
There's Randy Yankee, 21st season as head coach at Almond Bancroft. He played in the state football tournament as a sophomore at Almond. He says it's something you have to experience because not everyone has the chance. And about getting back to state softball after 41 years, his quote was, "We finally got all the way home."
Yankee contesting it at batsman.
Hot shot foul.
There is no replay here, by the way. You'll get to see replays. Jay has seen to that. But no, there are no replays in the WIA State Softball Championship.
Yeah, the coaches have had 2 discussions with umpires on plays trying to change their minds, and guess what?
For 2.
One strike. Well, flashed butt and took a big swing and yanked it foul to the Ramaker. Casey Ricker's on first after a leadoff hit by pitch. Now 2 strikes the count to Carsyn Ramaker with Morgan Freeman on deck for Belmont.
Ramaker fell behind in the count in the first inning, but then coaxed a walk and came around to score. And Belmont scored 3 times.
Base hit left field. Rickers could only get to second, but a good start to the third inning for Belmont as Ramaker lines a single to left.
Nice swing on that ball, and she laces it between short and third.
Dernbach took a dive but couldn't get it. Rickers had to play in front of her and wisely stopped at second. Well, trouble brewing for Almond Bancroft here in the Belmont third. First 2 hitters reach, and now here's center fielder Morgan Freeman, the cleanup hitter.
Some pitchers get a courtesy runner. Raymaker's a good athlete. She's going to stay out there and run the bases herself.
Bunt, pop, foul, and falls in front of the Almond Bancroft dugout.
Belmont used 2 sacrifice bunts in scoring 3 runs in the first inning, squeezed home 1 run. Cleanup hitter Freeman asked to bunt there.
One strike pitch. Little inside for ball 1.
Rickards had quite a big lead out there at second base.
Freeman's batting average just shy of 400 this year. And now she's worked the count to 2-1.
No sign of bunts after that first pitch.
That one pops out of the glove of Chapa, and the runners will advance.
We talked about the lead that Rickards was getting. It benefited her there when the ball scooted away from Chapa. And you can see the top of your screen. She's halfway to, or at least a third of the way to third base, and picks up the extra bag when the ball gets away from the catcher. So
the pass ball moves the runners to second and third, and now Freeman, she'll take the walk and load the bases with nobody out.
second walk issued by Sabalos. Belmont sensing a chance to break this game open.
Lexi Rickers will be the hitter with the bases loaded, but first a discussion at the mound.
Pitching coach coming out to try to settle Sabalos down.
It's Carrie Amernick for Almond Bancroft. Now we got a full day of state championship games coming up for you. Pacelli and Michigan in Division 4 scheduled about 10:30. Division 3, Poinette and Fall Creek at 1 o'clock. About 4 o'clock, it'll be Denmark and Jefferson in Division 2, and then at 6:30 tonight, hold on to your hats, Kenosha, Bradford, Puckaw. There's the full schedule. Right now we have Division 5, and Michigan, Pacelli, point at Fall Creek.
Pacelli is technically the defending Division V champ, but they've been moved up to D4.
Yeah, a Division I final between Kenosha Bradford and Kakar. It's going to be something. Kakana's undefeated. You know about their history. Kenosha Bradford, the #1 seed, only one loss on the year, that to a team from Illinois. So neither team has lost to a team from Wisconsin this year. And they're going to battle tonight in Division I at 6:30.
Yeah, Kakana's, if you don't know their history, they've lost one game in the last 5 years.
Wow. And everybody in Milton, Wisconsin just sat up in their seats and said, we were the ones that beat them last year in the state tournament.
Look at the two respective coaches. One a little more pensive than the other.
Boy, big moment in this game. A 2-0 count to Lexi Rickers. With the bases loaded. There's a strike. Boy, Sabalas needed that.
Rickers squeezed in a run with a nicely executed bunt in the first inning. Infield in for the Eagles.
Swung through that one. 2-2.
Sabalas has yet to record a strikeout. She could dearly use one here.
Casey Rickers is at third. Carsyn Ramaker's at second. Morgan Freeman's at first. The 2-2 pitch coming to Lexi Rickers from Raya Sabalos right here. Ball 3. Callie Hodgson on deck. Rickers hooking, foul, and out of play. A huge moment in this game here in the third inning. Bases loaded, nobody out, full count. Jeff Hodgson Braves already up 3-0.
Sabalos wants Rickers to hit her way on. Let her defense do some work.
Chop, and that'll go foul.
Sabalos had 2 strikes on a lot of hitters. She just hadn't been able to finish them off, which is a credit to the way Belmont battles at the plate and has been disciplined at the plate.
Another 3-2 coming to third. Fair ball. Throw home's going to be late. Rickers scores to make it 4-0 Belmont.
It's a tough chance for Tia Dernbach on the chopper to third. She's played in, but she goes at the backhand, and the base runner in her way when she makes the throw to the plate. I don't think she's going to beat her anyway, but Chapa didn't hang on and made it academic. So it'll be a run-scoring fielder's choice for Rickers. Give her her second RBI of the day. Infield still in with the bases loaded for Hodgson.
4 hits now. There you see the situation. The bases are still loaded. Raymaker's now at third. Freeman's at second. And Hodgson's at first. Swing and a miss. 1-1. 4-0 Belmont.
Coach's kid at the plate with 21 RBIs coming into the tournament. Drove in 1 in the semifinal.
Foul. Oh, Hodgson's 0 for 2.
I'm going to say his team's been very impressive defensively. The coach not so much.
Everybody's giving him grief. If you think it's so easy, you get out there. 1-2 the count. Whoa, the floater just high.
She definitely had her fool with that pitch, but just missed the strike zone. Count now even at 2-2.
Base hit right field. 1 run is in. They're going to hold everybody up. Now a runner's caught off second. This is going to bring another run home. And are they going to get anybody? They will at second. Rickers retired at second after a couple of throws on the infield. There's the hit from Hodgson. That brought in Ramaker.
Now Clark gets the ball in as she should. They've held the runner at third, and then Rickers gets caught off second base, gets involved in the rundown, which she should. That enables the runner to score, and Rickers can't beat the throw back to second. So it's an RBI single for Hodgson. I think she'll only get one RBI.
So then Freeman comes in while that rundown was happening around the shortstop area. Ooh, well, this is yanked way foul by Rundy.
A two-run score on the single by Hodgson. It's now 6-0.
3 in the first, 3 now here in the third for Belmont. There's still only one out. That was a strike. Sabalos gets in the zone. Claire Rundy, the designated hitter, now at the plate. She fouled out to the catcher her first time up. So where Belmont has been so solid defensively, Almond Bancroft has had a couple of plays that they'd like to have back. Fisted, and it's going to find fair territory in the outfield grass. Rundy loops a single to left. Oh, good placement here.
Well, she finds some green. Not the hardest hit ball, but she'll take it.
Hits a hit.
And that's 5 hits for Belmont, and I think we're going to get a pitching change here.
That's Randy Yankee making the move.
The left fielder Carlton, I believe, coming in to pitch.
Yep, Lexi Carlton, the left-hander. And we'll be taking a break and come back to talk about the new pitcher in a moment.
Back to second.
Okay, back to action. Lexi Carlton and Raya Sabalos flip positions. Sabalos now goes from pitcher to left, and Lexi Carlton goes from left to pitcher for Almond Bancroft.
You get a look at Lexi Carlton in the circle. This is her 16th game, 4th out of the bullpen. She's 11-2 with a .95 ERA. In 59 innings, Carlton's thrown or allowed 45 hits and 8 earned runs. She's walked 17, struck out 77. So she is not a novice in the circle.
What a situation she's thrown into. Down 6-0. Belmont has runners at first and second with only one out, and Emily Reuter at the plate, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Bunt foul. 0-2.
Lexi's a sophomore. And the left-hander definitely gives Belmont a different look.
Lexi Carlton, the pitcher, an honorable mention all-conference softball player, a 3-sport athlete, volleyball, basketball, and softball, and misses wide with that one, 1-2. Overcast skies here so far. Mentioned the lights are on, but really not taking much effect. There's a base hit past the diving Lainey Carlton. And they're going to hold the runner at third, and the bases will be loaded again, still with only one out.
You know, I think Dernbach has taught him you don't run on her arm. She threw a, it was a little offline, but she threw a bullet to the plate. Line drive just under the glove of Lainey Carlton. It's a tough chance to be sure. Dernbach again charges aggressively, comes up throwing, and Coach Hodgson holds the base runner, and Dernbach's throw.
Here's Jalen Leitzinger batting with the bases loaded. This is going to be the third time through the batting order already for Belmont. We're only in the third inning. Or second time through, excuse me. And that ball bounces away from Chapa for a moment, but runners cannot advance. The hits just keep on coming for Belmont. They're up to 6 runs on 6 hits. Another one to center. That'll score 1. Station to station goes Belmont. RBI single for Leitzinger. 7-0.
4 straight hits for the Braves. Keep hitting him to Dernbach. It keeps showing off her arm. He takes that one on one hop and again makes a strong throw to the plate. And again, Jeff Hudson's learned you're not going to run on her. So they're playing station to station ball, and they have a 7-0 lead because of it.
That scored Callie Hodgson. And a first pitch strike from Lexi Carlton. Top of the order, Addison McNett stepping in. 1 for 2 with a run scored for McNett so far. Four are in the third, and still only 1 out with the bases loaded. High strike. 1-2. Casey Rickers in the on-deck circle. Strike 3. Boy, do the Eagles need that. 2 down.
It's in her eyes ball here. Pitch up in her eyes, and she can't get to it.
Well, Belmont's batted around here. This is Casey Rickers. She started things off with a hit by pitch in this third. Outside a little low for ball 1. Rickers came around to score after that hit by pitch to lead off the inning. And fouls that one off 1-1. Boy, things have really sped up in this inning for Almond Bancroft. They just want to get out of here and just settle down and try and chip away at that lead. But they have only 1 hit through the first 3 innings offensively.
Carlton's job to get her teammates back in the dugout after this 1-2 pitch.
Here's the 1-2. Oh, now the runner at first. Well, trying to get a decision made.
They put a play on.
Yeah, right.
They wanted the catcher to throw down there, but Chapa didn't take the bait.
That was Leitzinger, who got 3/4 of the way to second base, hoping to draw a throw to bring a run home, but Chapa just kind of
held the ball,
waiting for things to settle down, man.
Yeah. Good Johnson trying to manufacture a run here with 2 out.
2-2 the count to Rickers. Held up. No, did not. Strike 3. The inning is finally over, but Belmont scores 4. It's 7-0 Braves. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIA network station. He's here at Goodman Diamond, home of the Badger women's softball team. There's a couple signs for Belmont. Let's see, 11-2.
That's supporting the coach's kid and Morgan Freeman, the other coach's kid.
That's an inside job. There's Carsyn Ramaker.
She has benefited from some great defense in the first 3 innings and some big bats when the Braves have swung those bats. Almond Bancroft needs some base runners. Again, remember, they banged out 15 hits in the semifinals, won 18-3 in 4 innings. So they can swing it, but they've been silenced today by Ramaker and the defense behind her. Ramaker's only struck out 1, so it kind of underlines that they've made the plays.
Coming into this game in the tournament series, Almond Bancroft had outscored their opponents 40-3. That's 4-0, 40-3. But they're down 7-0 against the Belmont Braves. Randy Yankee trying to figure out how to get his team out of the hole and back in this one.
I'm sure he mentioned you can't hit a 7-run homer, so they need base runners. Trying to keep the line moving. This is the 2, 3, and 4 hitters here for the Eagles.
To third, Carsyn Ramaker. 1 out.
And Ramaker is now retired 9 in a row.
Left fielder,
Here's Ceballos.
That's 5 ground ball outs to underline how good their infield defense has been. They get 6 ground ball outs after that third to first play by Rickards to Hodson.
1-1 to Ceballos. Now 1-2. Well, you can just see Ramaker's confidence. Gets the ball, spins back, looks in for the sign, and here we go. Strike 3 swinging. 2 down.
Also a little impatient there at the plate as well. Only the second strikeout for Ramaker. He goes up the ladder here, then rise ball as Ceballos swinging out of her shoes.
Oakley Armornick, first pitch swinging and foul. Alexis Burbach gave it a good run, but it bounced off the retaining wall, and it's 1 strike to Oakley Armornick. Second team all-conference for Armornick in 2025. That'll even the count at 1-1. Almond Bancroft lost the sectional final to Pacelli last season, so they were that close to coming to state for the first time in 40 years.
And then Pacelli went on to win the D5 title.
And then they were out of their division this year, so the path was a little more clear. Time called. It's a ball. Well, went into the glove, went back out. So the count's going to be 3-1.
illegal pitch has been called. The count is 3-1.
And here we go. That's a strike.
Pitching with a 7-run lead. You know Ramaker doesn't want to walk anybody.
Aliyah Newby has been the only base runner for Almond Bancroft, a single. This is the left where Reuter has it. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Carsyn Ramaker. 7-0 Belmont. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Allen Media Group, Wisconsin Broadcast Division, is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.
Oh, great morning for a bike ride here in Madison. Temperature up to 60 degrees, little breeze. So you can either wear a jacket, you can wear shorts. Just about everything works. Everything's working for Belmont. The Braves come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading 7-0. 3 in the first, 4 in the third. Here's Carsyn Ramaker. She's done her job in the circle, allowing only 1 hit.
Lexi Carlton remains in the circle for Almond Bancroft. She came in to get the side out with a couple strikeouts in the third.
Lexi Carlton, the left-handed pitcher, is a sophomore, and one of the things that Randy Yonke, the head coach at Almond Bancroft, has been really pleased with this year is the progress of his sophomore pitchers. Well, if you can get them riding the ship on a varsity level as a sophomore, that bodes well for the future.
Although Ceballos is just a junior, so he'll have pretty good pitching depth next year.
Almond Bancroft 25-6 on the season. But down 7-0 here. Two and 2 the count to Ramaker. Morgan Freeman on deck, then Lexi Ricker scheduled to hit.
Ramaker scored a couple runs today. Walked and scored in the 3-run first inning.
Well, That pitch barely got to home plate, and Ramaker waited on it and just served it into right for a hit. That was slow motion hitting by Carsyn Ramaker.
Yeah, good plate discipline, though. She stays back on this one, and by doing so,
The bat barely got past home plate.
yeah, she just put her bat on the ball, and she's the beneficiary of another hit. 8 hits now for the Braves.
Here's Freeman. Fisted. It's going to be a tough play to short. Newby throwing. Just got Freeman by half a step.
Newby had to put something on that throw. But she shows you got a pretty good arm. The ball gets past the pitcher. Newby puts something on it to get her by a half step.
Now here's Lexi Rickers. The all-conference catcher for Belmont.
Rickers squeezed in a run in the first inning. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third.
That one skips in. Chapa keeps it in front of her, but can't prevent Ramaker from getting into third. One down here, and there's a little roller to the circle. Pouncing on it is Carlton. They'll go to first, and here comes the runner home, and she's going to be safe. Ramaker scores the 8th Belmont run.
Carlson doesn't check the runner back. That's the problem on this play. And she induces the comebacker, shows greater mobility, but never even takes a look at the runner. So you'll see a good base running play by Ramaker, who notices that the pitcher didn't check her, and she scores easily in front of the relay throw from the first baseman, Amernick. It's 8-zip.
And here comes Callie Hodgson. Strike one. She's reached twice on a hit and an error today. And quickly 0-2 to the Belmont first baseman today.
Talk about pitching depth. How about Ramaker throwing a one-hitter today? Ramaker is the pitcher of the year in her conference, and she doesn't even get the ball on Championship Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, they've split duties all year. I don't mean to stir anything up, but shows you they've got a lot of depth in their pitching staff as well.
1-2 with 2 down here in the 4th. Strike 3 looking. Down goes Hodgson and down goes Belmont, but the Braves score another. It's now an 8-0 Belmont lead going into the 5th. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. There's some of the Belmont fans. They've enjoyed what they've seen so far. 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Braves. No runs, only 1 hit, thanks to Carsyn Ramaker. 1 error for Almond Bancroft. Kind of warm-up throws, and now we're just about set for the Almond Bancroft 5th inning.
Hey, some of those fans might have been here last time Belmont was here, which was 2019. They might have been here long before that, their 8th appearance.
They were probably watching their kids play. Yeah. Everything's tied together in Belmont. Here's Lacey Bradley, the designated player, leading off for Almond Bancroft in the 5th, and there's a strike. Sun trying to break through here. I think we still have a little of that wildfire smoke to deal with. Not too bad, but filtered sunshine to be sure at this point. And quickly 0-2 to Bradley. Strike three. One down in the fifth. Boy, that's what Bradley or Ramaker wants to do. Get ahead in the count and just keep throwing strikes.
It's only her third strikeout, but like you said, the impressive thing is she's throwing strikes. Hadn't walked anybody. She is not allowed a hit since the first inning.
So Ramaker,
12 in a row she's retired.
10 of 14 first pitch strikes. That's how you do it. And now ahead of Kirsten Clark. Clark with that big day yesterday with 5 runs batted in. It's only her second time up today in the fifth. Rounded out the third, her first time up.
Again, their lineup, they only played 4 innings yesterday. They went 15 for 25. Today they have 1 hit in the first 4 innings.
Morgan Freeman makes the catch and quickly 2 down here in the fifth.
So that makes him 1 for 15, that same lineup. So tip your hat to Ramaker and the defense behind her because they made the plays, particularly early.
Here's Tia Dernbach, third baseman. Dernbach, a freshman on that Almond Bancroft roster. One of 2 freshmen. Sophia Chapa, the catcher, the other. Strike. Chapa, that freshman, is on deck. Lifted in the air on the infield. McNett says, I have it. She does. 1, 2, 3 goes Almond Bancroft in the fifth. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Cardinals getting ready for their Division IV championship match against Michigan.
Should be a good one. 2 good pitchers now. And Kieran Sanford of Michigan only allowed 5 earned runs all year. And Peyton Mansell pitched Pacelli the Division V championship a year ago. She returns in the circle. She's 16-1 for Pacelli. Has only allowed 1 earned run all year.
Bob Brainerd and Sidney Supley will have the call of that game, the Division IV final, right after this one. That's foul to the plate as Claire Rundy leads off for Belmont in the fifth.
We expected offense would be a key. It has been in this game for Belmont.
Yeah, we were half right.
Well, we also said you got to contain the top 3 hitters, the Almond Bancroft lineup. Today, they're 1 for 6. Yesterday, they were 9 for 9.
You were all right.
Well,
good job.
Got it to Ramaker for and her defense.
Now she's held up her end of the bargain, no question. By the way, there is no 10-run rule in the WIA championship games. To center, Maya Dernbach. Routine play, 1 out. So we'll play all 7.
Carlton's done a nice job. It's 4 in a row retired by the left-hander.
And Emily Reuter steps in for Belmont.
Reuter was the first hitter Carlton faced when she came in from left field to pitch in the 3rd inning. Reuter laced a single to center.
To short, 2 hops to Newby. 2 down.
Oh, she's got a gun out there at short. Not afraid to show it off either.
And now Jalen Leitzinger.
Second baseman, Jalen Leitzinger.
Carlton trying to make this only the 2nd inning where Belmont hasn't scored in the game. They got 3 in the first, 4 in the 3rd, and another 1 in the 4th. But so far it's been pretty quiet. Now this is the 3rd diving stop by Dernbach. Throws from her knees. What a play by Tia Dernbach. And now they're saying not out. So I'm guessing it pulled the first baseman off the bag. Now we're going to have a discussion. I thought the original call was out.
Well, let's take a look. There's a heck of a play. Diving stop and from her knees. Dernbach with the throw. He does call her out at first base.
I don't know if he's now thinking that Amernick had her foot off the bag. Yeah, they're going to say safe. But what a play by Tia Dernbach. to make it close.
So Larry Buckberger changes his call. And they flipped the lineup card yet again. This is the 4th time for McNett to hit in 5 innings.
So that's an infield hit to third for Leitzing. And now here's McNett. Back to the circle where it's handled by Carlson. Throws over to Habernick. Round out to end the inning. 8-0 Belmont. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIA network station. Good look from the center field camera here at Goodman Diamond. That's University Hospital in the upper left. Nielsen Tennis Stadium, home of the state team tennis tournament, just behind home plate here.
And that's going on as we speak.
Yeah, across too, right?
In Sun Prairie.
Sun Prairie.
Earlier this week in golf, Marquette University of Milwaukee won the Division I. Seymour won the Division II golf championships at University Ridge here in Madison.
Almond Bancroft down 8-0, trying to get something going here in the 6th.
Yeah, they need base runners. Time's getting late for the Eagles in their first state tournament appearance in 41 years.
Sophia Chapa, the catcher, leads off, and quickly 0-2. Ramaker's done a great job of not giving Almond Bancroft anything to get excited about. To start a rally, then they're going to check to see, and yes, it's strike 3. Chapa went around, 1 down in the 6th.
4th strikeout for Ramaker. She's had 1 in each of the last 3 innings, and you can see that Chapa does indeed go around here, no doubt about it, in fact.
Yep. All right, here's Lexi Carlton, started the game in left field.
And has done a nice job in relief.
Yeah. Again, in the bottom of the, or top of the 6th, only the 2nd time around the Bancroft order. Carlton grounded back to the circle her first time up, and now swings at a strike. It's 1-1.
Ramaker's retired 15 in a row. He's pounding that strike zone.
That's going to stay foul. Almond and Bancroft both located in Portage County. Bancroft an unincorporated area. Now the sun as bright as it's been all morning.
Bodes well for the later games.
Here's the 2-2. We'll try it again.
Almond Bancroft finished 2nd in the South Division of the Central Wisconsin Conference behind Pacelli, who again you'll see next. Pacelli beat him twice. 2-0 both times. So 2 of the 6 losses by Almond Bancroft came at the hands of the defending Division V champs.
And Belmont's last trip to state was 2019, so this group doesn't have state tournament experience, but boy, you'd never know it, the way they've composed themselves the first 2 games. They look like veterans.
Really have executed well. He's squeezing the run in the first inning, put a couple of nice bunts down. They played the good defense.
Strike 3, outside edge, 2 down. Couple strikeouts in the inning for Ramaker.
Center fielder, Maya Turnbull.
Well, good luck hitting that thing.
Ramaker getting stronger as the day has gone on.
Top of the order, Maya Dernbach tries to slap one to left and fouled it off. Mentioned that she had over 1,000 points in her basketball career. She averaged 21 a game, did Maya Dernbach, and scored a school record 38 in one game.
I'm impressed with their throwing arm from center field. I'm impressed with her as a leadoff hitter as well. She hit over 505 coming into this tournament. Went 4 for 4 yesterday. 0 for 2 today, but she's a good-looking player.
1-1. Fouled again. 1-2. Light breeze continued to blow in from right field. And slapped to left, base hit by Dernbach.
Piece of hitting there by Dernbach, who reaches out and serves that one on the line in front of left fielder Reuter. So Almond Bancroft has their first base runner since the first inning. Serves that one out there.
So Dernbach at first. Here's Aliyah Newby. And a first pitch strike from Carsyn Ramaker. This is to left. Reuter, foul. It didn't look like Reuter would be able to get there to make a catch, so the question was fair or foul, and it just hooked to the left of the line. 2 strikes. This is the 49th annual WIA State Softball Tournament. So next year, landmark year, the 50th. Little high, 2-2. It all started back in 1976. The first state tournament was held in Madison. Madison West won the title, beating Elmwood 27-8. This one's popped up. Lexi Rickers watches it hit the top of the netting. And it's a foul ball.
It's going to be a tough chance for Richards, who couldn't find that ball off the bat.
After that first year, Waukesha was the site of the state tournament for the next 25 years. Then it came to Goodman Diamond in 2002. Been here ever since, except for the COVID year 2021 when it was held in Green Bay. Another foul. That year, UW Green Bay hosted the semifinals of all divisions at King Park, and Bayport had the Division I quarterfinal. Tournament series was interrupted in 2020 by the COVID pandemic. To third, Rickers. Fields throws low, and Hodgson can't dig it out. So it's going to be first and third for Almond Bancroft with 2 down.
Rickers had more time than she knew. Came up the ball cleanly, then hurried her throw and threw it in the dirt. Hodgson couldn't pick it at first. He's got a lot of time. But spikes the throw, and they have runners on the corners with 2 out, and Hodgson's going to go out and try to settle his troops down. An opportunity to end the inning, and again, the way these Eagles can swing the bats, you don't want to give them any extra outs.
It'd be a legendary comeback, there's no question, but well, I'm thinking back to an Ithaca-Pecatonica baseball game we had last year. Was it last year or the year before?
It was the year before.
Yeah, the year before. I think it was like 7-1 Pecatonica, and everybody's thinking, wow, they're going to get it. And what happened?
They didn't get it.
They didn't get it. So this is 8-0.
And they're going to walk Sabalos. I was going to say, she's a dangerous hitter, and I don't blame that decision. So the bases are loaded. And here's Amernick. But Sabalos, the way she swung the bat yesterday, I don't blame him. He was 3 for 3 with 5 RBI. So Coach Hodgson walks her, and the bases are loaded.
Little late swing from Amernick for strike 1.
Sabalos has 4 home runs, 3 more than anybody else in the team, including Amernick.
quickly 0-2. Again, Ramaker gets ahead in the count. Yeah, she was cruising along, but then all of a sudden a single, an error, and a walk loads the bases.
Again, this is the top three in the lineup. They weren't retired yesterday, and they've been fairly quiet today. I mean, all three have now been on base in the game. Newby's been on twice.
Ramaker wanted Almond to go fishing at that one, but she didn't. So it's 1-2. Skipped in, and play at the plate, going to be safe. That's Maya Dernbach scoring the first run of the day for Almond Bancroft.
And a good base running play. She saw the ball skip away from the catcher. She didn't hesitate. Had a good lead and beats the throw. Had been a hard tag by Ramaker, but all is well.
See, Ramaker couldn't quite hang out of the ball either, so
I think she's going to get in there anyway, but
yep.
So Almond Bancroft on the board. 2-out hit now here by Imernick makes things interesting.
Sure does. 2-2 the count. So Maya Dernbach scored the run. Newby's now at third. Ceballos now at second. And Imernick at the plate with a 2-2 count. Now 3-2. This becomes a critical pitch in the game. First base is open. Foul.
And again, Raymaker's been so good at throwing strikes. You don't want to give free passes when you're up 7 runs.
Three-two pitch. Strike 3, swinging. How big is that? Almond Bancroft scores a run, but that's it. 5.5 complete. 8-1 Belmont. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIA. Well, Almond Bancroft gets its first run of the game in the top of the 6th, but they're still down 7 as we go to bottom of inning number 6. Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson. We're at Goodman Diamond, Division 5 championship. Belmont 8-1.
Lexi Carroll needed to put up another 0 for the Eagles. She did so in the 5th inning.
Here comes Casey Rickers to lead off the 6th for the Braves. And looks at ball 1 a little low.
Carlton came on in the 3rd in relief of Riot Ceballos. Belmont scored 4 times in the 3rd inning, 3 in the 1st.
This is the 3rd. Good pickup there by Tia Dernbach. She'll throw across and get Rickers for the first out.
A nice play by Tia. Handled that short hop effortlessly.
Well, here's Carsyn Ramaker. What a day she's had in the circle and what a day she's had at the plate.
Yeah, 2 for 2 with a walk and scored 3 runs.
And stole a base. We've had a few pitchers that have been affected at the plate this week. I mean, big numbers, not just okay numbers. Raymaker's part of that list. Check swing foul.
Yeah, Kylie Meredith of Kakana had 5 RBIs, hit a grand slam, and Division I quarterfinal game. I mean, she's something. She's been in the middle of that Kakana win streak we talked about earlier. She's going to Virginia to play ball.
Back to the circle. Carlton throws over. Quickly 2 down in the Belmont 6th. Morgan Freeman up next. And we'll see the Belmont center field. Well, you knew that was coming.
That's great.
She's going to be doing a Homes.com commercial pretty soon.
Morgan Freeman scored a couple runs today. 1 for 2 with a walk. Driven in a run.
It's like there was a basketball coach in southwestern Wisconsin named Bob Knight. That one's hooking foul. So people would go to the game and say, yeah, Bob Knight was at the game. He used to coach. The Bob Knight coaching? Yeah, he coached.
There's the Morgan Freeman in Belmont.
One and one the count to Freeman. And she'll line a single to center. Now Belmont just wants to keep on hitting. That's 10 hits for the Braves.
Morgan Freeman now 4 for 6 in the state tournament with 3 RBIs.
Good couple of days work. Here's Lexi Rickers, the catcher. All smiles on the Belmont side right now. Now they want to finish the deal. This is going to be a tough play. Dernbach at third, throwing, got it.
She's not the only Dernbach with a strong arm. The center fielder does, and third baseman says, I got a gun too.
Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Well, this is our Wisconsin DOT player of the game, Carsyn Ramaker, at the plate and in the circle.
When you see there in your screen what she's done in the circle at the plate, she had a bad day either. 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Now she's playing shortstop. But Carsyn Ramaker's had a big day and has led Belmont within 3 outs of their first state championship since 2019. Congratulations to Carsyn Ramaker, our player of the game.
And we have a new pitcher for Belmont. It's going to be Callie Hodgson, the senior, who had been at first place. And they're hoping, does Belmont, she has the honor of finishing off the 3rd state championship in school history.
Hodgson pitched 4 innings in the semifinals, 4 hitless innings, or scoreless innings, allowed 2 hits.
First pitch swinging is Lacey Bradley, and she's retired 1 out.
Now, these guys have been the 1-2 punch in the circle all year for Coach Jeff Hodgson, and bringing in his daughter Callie to finish things up. There you see what she's done this year, giving a different look to the Almond Bancroft hitters who are down to their last 2 outs.
And here's Kirsten Clark looking at ball 1. So Ramaker goes from pitcher to short. McNett goes from short to second. And Leitzinger goes from second to first. A little rotation positionally for Jeff Hodgson's Belmont Braves. 1-1 to Kirsten Clark.
He had a big day in the semifinals, but been quite a day, 0 for 2. Moving 5 runs in the semis. But Ramaker silenced those bats here on Saturday.
Strike. 2-2 to Clark. Foul.
Clark's the lone senior on this Eagles roster. It also features 4 juniors and 3 sophomores.
To get to state with 11 players on your roster, I mean, that's really pretty remarkable.
Really maximizing what you've got.
Yeah. Good luck there, 3-2. Another foul.
Clark hanging in there.
Yeah, they're trying to extend that season as long as they can. That's the short and past the glove of Ramaker for a base hit for Clark.
This piece of hitting goes the other way. And the ball finds the outfield despite the best effort of Ramaker.
First pitch to Tia Dernbach, low for ball one.
Then Hudson's got to come in and challenge hitters, throw strikes, now ahead by 7 runs. If you're Almond Bancroft, the bottom third of the order has got to figure out a way to get on. She's taking all the way there. They'd love to get the top of the order, Maya Dernbach, Newby, and Sabalos up there with people on base.
And that's going to be a base hit to right. First and second with one out. Little inside out there for Tia Dernbach. You just never know.
Going to play station to station. Not take any chances on the bases. Again, it's up to Chapa now to figure out how to get on.
I think they're saying fair ball.
And I think they should.
Yeah, the ball just jumped in front of the home plate. The catcher, Rickers, was right on it and threw to first to get the out. The runners, fortunately for Almond Bancroft, did advance.
Randy Kane asking for help.
But I think you're right. I think that's going to be...
Bounces off the plate. And again, a heads-up play by Rickers to come out and...
Right at the plate. Yeah.
And the umpire signals fair.
Yep. Out.
Yeah.
2 down.
So Belmont will happily take the out. Doesn't matter that the runners move up. Carlton trying to extend the game.
Carlton again started the game in left field. He's done a nice job coming in to settle things down for Almond Bancroft in the circle. But the Eagles down 7 with 2 out. And now they're down to their final 2 strikes. This is in the air to left. Ryder can't catch it. Off her glove. 2 runs are going to score, and it's 8-3. It's not done yet.
Third out's the toughest to get. I think a lot of Belmont fans thought they were witnessing it, but the ball clangs off Ryder's glove. And now the top of the order for Almond Bancroft comes up down 5 runs.
No one said it would be easy. So it's a 2-run error.
Yeah. This is just a session to relax, play your game. I think he's bringing Ramaker with the pitch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, some tough luck for Hodgson. Ryder kind of got spun around. I mean, the sun's a little brighter and the wind's blowing a little, but still, that's a play that she makes
And she'll tell you that.
most of the time.
So, all those changes defensively that Jay told you about a couple of minutes ago, rewind the tape. Raymaker's now back in the circle.
Leitzinger's back at second.
Our player of the game, who allowed 2 hits, struck 1 and struck out 6 in 6 innings of work, trying to get the final out for Belmont.
Raymaker's like, all right, I'll just take care of everything myself. Doggone it.
She'll face Maya Dernbach. Dernbach 1 for 3 today with a single to run scored. And she's a 500 hitter on the year.
So Carleton's the runner at first. Or is that Carleton? Hold on. Yep, that is still Carleton at first. And here comes Maya Dernbach. This is the right. Going to be a long run. And a diving catch by Burbach to end it. The Belmont Braves are the Division 5 state champions. Kind of appropriate that Ramaker's pitching the last out and a defensive play ends it for Belmont.
Yeah, because that was a big story in this game. Keep pitching and defense gives Belmont their first state title since 2019. There's the exclamation mark. You can see the excitement in the second baseman. And why not? That's a great play by Bernbach to, again, put an exclamation mark on a well-played game. Belmont is your state champ, breaking Almond Bancroft's hopes of winning their first ever state title.
Okay, final score, Belmont 8, Almond Bancroft 3. Now a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Allen Media Group, Wisconsin Broadcast Division is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.
Belmont wins the Division 5 title 8-3 over Almond Bancroft, and head coach Jeff Hodgson from Belmont joins us now. Well, boy, there's a lot of good things to talk about. Your pitching was great, your hitting was great, your defense was spectacular. Complete victory.
Yeah, it was. First of all, hats off to Almond Bancroft. They're a good team, and we kind of kept them at bay, and I don't think people are used to. They put up a video game number in the first game, and Carsyn Ramaker, story of the game. How about that kid? She came out, and she threw the ball well, and she's the reason why we're sitting with a gold.
And I'm sure you didn't like the hiccup in the 7th inning, but overall, your defense was extraordinary. Your execution was great. 2 first-inning sacrifice bunches, squeezed the run in. As a guy who's been around a while, you had to appreciate the execution and the defense in the big game.
Yeah, I did. You know, I've coached for 30 years, but I'm only 45 years old, and I don't know how I do it, but that's what I pulled out. No, you know, we plan. This is our goal every year, and for a small school to have that goal, we try to play the game the right way, and we sacrifice even in games that we probably don't need to because we want to be ready for these moments, and I'm so proud of these kids.
Well, congratulations. You've been head coach since you were 15 years old, it sounds like.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Congratulations on another state title.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jeff Hodgson from Belmont. And there's Carsyn Ramaker, the young lady he talked about. Big reason why Belmont is going to get that shiny gold trophy.
She had 6 in the 3rd innings in the circle. She had 2 of the hits today, scored 3 runs. Congratulations to the Belmont Braves. And it's good to see Almond Bancroft back at state after 41 years.
Don't forget in a few minutes, the Division 4 championship game between Pacelli and Mishicot. That's coming up right here. Thanks to our great Rush Media crew, along with Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson. Belmont, your Division 5 champions in 2025.